Today we have a fantastic day. It's day 5. It's day 5 of World Breastfeeding Week. This week is flying by. Okay, have you guys all been enjoying all the giveaways that we've been doing? All these amazing.
So good, so good.
Yesterday we did the Sarah Wells bag. It's over there. The Sarah Wells bag. We had one on Facebook. We had one during the live stream with Jamie last night. It was amazing. I love this bag. And so, we're going to be announcing the winner a little bit later today. But this morning we started our 5th day of giveaway, and it was for the Milky's Milk Saver. Okay, so we got the Milky's Milk Saver and the Milky's Milk Tray. Okay, on the face, there's actually 3 ways to win today. We've got one for it's the Milk Saver giveaway just for the Milk Saver is over on my Facebook page. I posted it this morning. And then there's also one in our private Facebook group, the My Baby Experts community. If you're not part of the community, you definitely want to go join. Definitely want to go join. I don't know, anybody from the community, just shout out here. Let us know if you're part of our group. Okay, because there's one going on over there. And then this is your 3rd way to win. And this is actually the bigger prize because you're going to get both today. Ooh. Okay, so if you want to win the Milky's Milk Saver, and hopefully Helen can join us. She is the inventor of the Milk Saver, and I see her, but I can't see her face or hear her, so I can't pull her in until her camera's working, and I don't know why it's not working. But if you want to win today, all you have to do is everything you're doing, hashtag My Baby Experts, okay? That will give you all the links for today, and it's everything that I'm going to be talking about. So make sure you do hashtag My Baby Experts to get a message from me, which you can check later. You don't need to do it now, okay? And then we also want you to comment once during the live stream today and let us know what you love about the Milky's Milk Saver, okay? Why you need it. Why this will help you, why this would make a difference in your life, okay? And for anybody who has an oversupply, or you just had your baby and your milk is leaking, and you're putting your baby to one side and all that nice oxytocin is flowing and that's causing the other side to start to leak, which that's what it's supposed to do.
Right,
okay? It's doing its job. It's supposed to do that. But if that is happening and you're catching it into a nursing pad, you're really wasting all that precious milk that you could be catching, okay, and saving for storage. Why not? Easiest way I can think of. It's literally the easiest and the most enjoyable way to store and express milk is just to catch it. Right? Just catch it.
Yes.
When you've got your amazing baby on the other side and all the feels are going on, that milk's going to start pouring. So, the Milk Saver goes right inside your bra. You just slip it in and you're able to put your nipple right into the hole there, and it literally just collects all the milk, and then you can take it and you can pour very easily into, I have some pictures. And I'm so sorry, Helen, I still can't see you. Helen's been trying. I feel so bad. Helen and I have been trying to do a live stream for a couple weeks now. Yeah, didn't work out the last time either. So we're trying to have Helen on, and she's so amazing. She's a registered nurse. She also invented the Milky's Milk Saver. She's also nursing. She was a nursing mom herself, and I really wanted her to be on with us, but hopefully she can get it to work. If not, I promise you, we will tell them all about it, which is what we're doing. Let's pull up some pics, okay? Dawn?
Great. And while you're doing that, I just want to give a shout out. Robin and Carrie are saying that they are in the group, and we've been asking for them. So keep going with that, guys. Let us know who's all in the group.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, there's the Milk Saver. Okay, so that's where you're putting into your bra, and you can even see milk in it there, okay? And then there's a picture here that shows the milk in the Milk Saver. Which means then you can go ahead and easily pour it into your storage bags or any kind of milk storage containers that you're using, or you can use the Milky's Milk Tray. And this is really cool, okay? And I want to talk a little bit about the milk trays because we haven't been doing that. Can't really see it here. I'm gonna pull it up as a picture. Okay, so the milk tray, okay, is a way for you to be able to store your breast milk, and this is really cool. So it's like if you wanted to store your milk in a way that you can easily drop into any size bottle, okay, it freezes it into these nice they're tubes so that they fit into wide neck bottles. They also fit into narrow neck bottles for you to be able to just grab one, drop it in, defrost it. And I think that's just brilliant. Such a great, great invention. But you can also see in this picture that you can also store food as well. So purees. You want to talk about that for a minute, Dawn?
Yeah. First, I want to talk about the milk too. Not only can you put it in bottles, but you can also put it in open cups. So remember, at 4 months to 6 months, we want to start putting in breast milk into open cup introduction. We want to skip the sippy, and we want to be able to start putting that into an open cup so that we can start practicing that so baby can master that in a few months. So easily you can do that to go into an open cup, as well as being able to use purees. And again, you could put the purees into an open cup as well. So we're starting to work with baby to be able to, transition that breast milk to an open cup. And then we can also put purees into the open cup too. So we can be able to slowly but surely utilize this tray to be able to not only give baby what they need throughout the day, but also to be able to practice on some of these other oral motor skills that we're going to be slowly transitioning baby to. Again, lip closure with an open cup, being able to manage different textures and tastes and colors and varieties and shapes. So this is what's really great to be able to kind of use that as a transition to be able to just introduce baby a whole new world of flavors.
Awesome. Awesome. And I can see Helen in the room here ready. She got it to work. Yeah, I'm bringing you in. So let's grab this. Let me just get her unmuted here. And then let's pull this picture down so we can bring Helen in, because I'm super excited that she made it. Okay, there she is. She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, there we go.
You did it. It's working. Oh, I can't hear you.
Hi, Helen.
Oh, can you?
I'm a great lip reader, but I can't hear her.
We can't hear you. All right, so we need you to turn on your microphone if you can. No microphone. Aw, but we can see how beautiful you are, Helen. We could talk for you. You could just look beautiful. Yeah, it's not. Okay, now it seems like it's muted. Okay, can you try again now? Let's hear you. Can you say something? No, it's not working. I don't know why. We're trying, but it's not working. Now it's muted again. Keep saying muted. I'm unmuting you, and then it keeps muting again. I don't know why. Okay, so for everybody, I just want you to meet Helen Anderson. She's from Fairhaven Health, and she is the inventor of the Milky's Milk Saver. And she's also, like I said, she's a registered nurse, and she was a nursing mom. And Helen and I have known each other for many, many years. And I'm just really, really excited to be working with you again. And I know we've been trying to do this live stream together, but I don't know if it's going to work because we can't hear you. Do we know sign language? Can anybody read lips? No, I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is not working. All right. So anyway, Helen, I'm going to say goodbye. You stay there, and if you can work out the audio, I'll be able to hear you. Okay. So if you want to just go into the room here, love you.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
All right. So if Helen can get it worked out, I'll be able to tell. In the meantime, we're going to keep going forward here. So anybody who wants to win the Milk Saver and also the milk trays today here on the live stream, make sure that you love this post. Make sure that you comment here. Tell me how it will change your life and how you need it and why. What is the reason that you need it? And maybe you're going back to work. Maybe you have an oversupply. Maybe whatever it is, let us know. And then, make sure that you type the word #MyBabyExperts. That way you'll get all the links for today. That will give you the ability to be eligible for the giveaway. Okay. So what I want to do now for a moment, all right, let's talk for a second about milk storage, because that was something that we were going to discuss is some milk storage. And, milk storage, it really comes there. There's all different kinds of recommendations out there. And I'm going to pull up one from the Human Milk Banking Association, because I'd really like to try to use that right now as part of how we are going to describe. You got to pick something. We got to go with something. And I think that this would be a good one for us to look at. I think it's kind of small. So let me see if I can get it to be a little bit bigger. Maybe that's better. Okay.
Great. Yeah, it is.
And so it really comes down to, just as a basic understanding, freshly expressed breast milk is different than milk that is frozen, previously frozen. Okay. And then also you want to make sure that what we're talking about here, as far as your fresh breast milk and these basic standard guidelines, this is for healthy babies that are home. Okay. This would be different than if your baby was in the NICU or hospitalized or sick in any way. Okay. Those are you're going to follow different instructions for that. And you're definitely going to talk to the NICU and find out how they want you to store the milk. So just to be clear, this is for healthy babies. Okay. But what we're saying here is freshly expressed milk. That means milk that you either just caught in your milk saver, okay, or that you pumped out with your breast pump, can be at room temperature for up to 6 hours. Now, you're going to read different things. And again, that's because nobody really knows exactly the right answer. All right. This is sometimes you'll see things that say 4 hours. Sometimes you'll see things that say 10 hours. Sometimes you'll see things that say 6 hours. The point to understand is this. The hotter the room or the hotter the climate, the less you can keep it out. Okay, just like any other food. Okay, so if the room's really warm, if it's like 77, 78 degrees, you're going to store the milk for less time out of the refrigerator. But say the room is cold, and like I think of myself when I was pumping and expressing some milk during the night when my children were babies. I live here in New Jersey in the winter time, and the room would be freezing. Like we keep the temperature down like 63 degrees, conserving on heat. And, I just, all those nursing hormones, I was hot and still hot, right? Never got better all these years later. And so when I would pump, I really never worried about keeping the milk out for 8 hours if I needed to. And so the thing to remember is just that breast milk is like one of the most stable foods, if you want to call it food, okay? But it's the most stable food there is. And why is that? It's because it's alive. Okay. Breast milk is a living substance. It comes out of your body when it's freshly expressed like this with hundreds of different components, millions of white blood cells, okay, and antibodies that are actually cleaning itself as it sits there. There was a study done, Dawn, about breast milk showing that they looked at breast milk when it was freshly expressed in a bottle, and they measured the bacteria content of that milk. And then they took that milk and they put it into the refrigerator. And after 5 days, they checked the bacteria content of the milk after 5 days. The 5-day-old milk had less bacteria than the freshly expressed milk.
Amazing.
Okay. What was happening there? Okay. What was happening? What was happening was that, when you pump milk, of course, your skin's involved. So there's bacteria on your skin. There's bacteria inside the bottle. Like it's just bacteria all everywhere. Right. But as that milk sat in the fridge, it was cleaning itself. It was killing the bacteria. This is what it does inside your baby's body. Okay. And so that it actually is a very, very stable. And how that relates to you in practical use is that, you never look at breast milk and compare breast milk to infant formula in the way that we store it. It's two completely different things. And you'll wind up wasting and throwing out and dumping a lot of breast milk that is hard worked. I mean, you work hard to pump that. Okay. You don't want to waste any of it. And so you really want to make sure that not only you are very aware of your storage guidelines, but that anybody who's taking care of your breast milk or your baby, okay, because if they're together, if your baby's somewhere, you should have some breast milk with them, that too, that they're not just dumping that. This is like really important, especially for daycare. Like if a baby drinks from the bottle and there's expressed pumped milk in the bottle with formula, you need to dump the rest of that bottle because it's touched the baby's lips. With breast milk, you do not need to dump the rest. If they drink half of it, they shouldn't be throwing the rest out. They should be putting it back in the fridge and using it for the next feeding.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And that's a lot of education on that part for sure. Because I always see people just dumping it.
Absolutely. And, and then also it can sit in the refrigerator. Look what we're talking about here. Up to 8 days. Okay. That's a long time. So you can store it. I don't know if I can hear her now. I see her back, but I'm not sure if it is working. I still can't hear you.
Oh no, Ellen.
I don't know why. I can't hear you.
And as you're doing that, I want to comment on some of the comments here. So people are saying that they could use the product to be able to make milk popsicles, and Brandy's saying save it for milk baths, like all of these different things that we can do. And just a side comment with this too. This is why I always tell families to be able to use some of their breast milk when they're getting to be starting solids. And the reason why is because of the bacteria that you're talking about. We want that to be actually be in baby's stomach. So as baby starts to be introduced to these, first foods, that we have something that's really active in the gut to be able to make it easier for babies to be able to not only not gag as often and not throw up. These first foods that we're doing is being able to have some of that breast milk in baby's tummy when we're actually starting to introduce solids. So
very interesting. Dawn, could you take a second and just introduce we didn't really introduce you properly to the audience. And I want to make sure that each time you're on that we do that so they understand your background and your expertise, because it's great and they need to know why.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. So my name is Dawn Winkleman. I'm a speech language pathologist and pediatric feeding specialist, and my specialty is feeding and swallowing. So from babies starting solids with their first foods between 4 and 6 months, all the way on to the continuum of care. And why this is really important is because as you're transitioning with Shari with feeding, and breastfeeding, you're going to still be breastfeeding when you're starting solids and then continuing on for as long as you would like to breastfeed. And all of these stages are really important, from our first foods to starting solids to mixing textures, going through picky eating phases. Like all of these things is kind of this continuum of feeding from breast milk. So it's really important for us to, kind of do these together and be able to explain and answer questions for you guys that, is going through this feeding continuum.
Totally. No, it's so important. And we, when we think about feeding, it really is it actually starts during pregnancy. Think about the one thing you do with your child from the moment of conception until many, many years later. It's the one thing that you do is that you're feeding them. Now, the method of feeding keeps on changing, right? But the very first thing you're doing is you're feeding them first through your umbilical cord and then through the breast, and then with all the knowledge and skills of introducing them to solid foods and helping them to eat on their own. And so it's really it's such an integral part of parenting and mothering and nurturing. And it speaks to what we're going to be talking to you about in just a few minutes about our incredible announcement and invitation. Okay, I have an invitation for you and an announcement. We're about to talk about it. All right. So this is breast milk storage, and it's also a bit. You can also freeze your breast milk. You can put it into your home freezer for up to 6 months. Okay, even up to a year in your deep freezer. So you want to just make sure that you're not really dumping your milk. Okay, and you don't need a ton of. You don't really need a ton of stored milk, but if you do have extra, it's great to be able to freeze it. All right. So hopefully this helped you here with this little guidelines here. And it does change if the milk was frozen and you're defrosting it. Of course, those times are a little different. Fresh milk is always different. And the more that you could use fresh breast milk, the better. All right. If all you have is your frozen, great, fine. But the more you can give your baby fresh milk, the better that it is. Okay, so let's grab that.
And another thing really quick about this product that I really love is a lot of the families that I work with, they're using their fresh breast milk for their baby and they're storing milk for other friends.
Right.
So this is a great way to be able to transport that and be able to kind of, donate some of that milk to other friends who may be having some pumping problems, who maybe is not following Shari and not, as educated and skilled in all of these strategies. So that's a great way. And the other thing that I love about these products too is that this grows with you. You could start with breast milk and then, transition to purees, and being able to, again, we're talking about our feeding continuum together, but that these products are really geared for that as well. So, it's not like you're just buying this for 2 months. I mean, this is something that's going to grow with you in your feeding journey with your baby.
Completely. So well said, for sure. I'm going to just pop up Brittany had a comment. Let's put it up on the screen here.
Okay.
I like doing that because I can.
That's amazing.
Brittany says, I have the Milky's Milk Saver already. I don't consider myself an overproducer, and I've collected an ounce just today during the feedings. Definitely great to have.
And that is so exciting because, if someone looks at that and go, an ounce, you know what you can do with that ounce? That is a perfect amount to be able to introduce that into a cup.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't want to introduce more than an ounce when you're first starting to do that. So this is a perfect opportunity to say, you know what, that milk saver actually saved this. So I can actually learn to give baby a new skill set. I'm going to start learning how to be able to feed baby in a different way. That's right. It's wonderful. It's exactly how much we want.
And the truth is that, not everybody needs to use a pump to collect that little bit of extra, and sometimes not so little bit of extra, but actually a lot. It's interesting because I bet if Brittany was just had a breast pad on, she would never really know like how much she's actually losing. To actually be able to see like how much am I actually losing when I don't collect it. So she's seeing an ounce. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. If you did that at each feeding with, you'd have a whole extra feeding within a few hours, right?
Absolutely.
Each time that you pump. Does anybody have any questions for us regarding milk storage? Well, I'm still seeing Helen trying to get in, but
God bless her. She's persistent.
And Dawn knows the feeling because we always have these struggles. So
yeah. I'm not good at tech either, Helen. So yeah.
I don't even know what it is. I feel like it's Be Live. I think that's what it is. Does anybody have any questions for us regarding breast milk storage, food storage? Does anybody want to talk about it? Does anybody want to jump into the live stream? Hopefully you may have more luck. We'll see if you have more luck getting in and having some, having your audio work. I don't know. Yeah. I can't promise today, but that would be nice. If you guys want to jump in, you could just jump in. There's a link here in the post. So all you have to do is come out of the live stream, look at the post. It says Ask Us Live. Click on that. I'll be able to see you. And if I can hear you, I'll bring you in. And then you can ask Dawn and I your questions directly. All right?
Yes.
But everybody's posting how they want to win. So that's fantastic.
Yes.
About that. All right. So Dawn, I want to switch gears for a minute.
Okay, let's do it.
And I want to talk all about what we're doing right now. Okay. Because we have some really exciting news and something that you guys have heard me talk about for many months, because I've been working on this for a very long time. And there's things about it that I've told you, and then there's things about it that you don't know. But it's time. Like, we are finally ready to make our announcements, and we're finally ready to say to you, if you like this, if you like what we're saying, if you're interested in what we're doing, now's the time to listen, and now's the time to join us. Okay, and here I'm going to tell you why. So Dawn and I have decided to partner together. Okay, so for anybody who has not seen us before, you now know that Dawn and I cover the entire continuum of feeding your baby, whether that's breastfeeding, introducing solids, getting you ready during pregnancy, or baby-led weaning. We have so many things that we're about to teach you and be able to bring to you. And we're going to do that through the My Baby Experts membership site, okay? Yes. That will be launching its founding members, okay? So it's an early access. It's a founding members. It will be launching this week.
Yes, and we're so excited. So you guys are the first ones to hear about this.
You are the first ones to hear about this, okay? And so if you are interested in joining us, and you want to be one of the founding members for the My Baby Experts membership site that we are launching, and be a founding member, and I'll tell you in a minute what that means to be a founding member, then you want to make sure that you type the word, that you're actually getting on the wait list, okay? So you're going to be able to sign up for the wait list here, and you'll be the first to know that we have started. So here's how it's going to work. This whole week is your opportunity to learn more about it. Dawn and I will be back. We will be doing live streams. Now's your time to ask questions. We'll be going over all the features and everything that gets included with the membership site and how we're going to do this together. And then you will have 4 days, okay? It will only be 4 days for you to join. That starts on Sunday, okay? So it will start, the open cart, all right? The cart will start on Sunday, and then it will close on Wednesday. And here's why. we are taking founding members right now. It is limited. Okay, I promise you, this is a limited thing. And it is going to be at a price that you'll never see again. Okay, this is going to be very, very low price for you to get in on. And it will be like that forever. So that means when you sign up at this price, you get in, and you will always have that price forever. For as long as you want to stay with us and continue to learn and be part of our community, it'll never increase. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the membership site. How about we do that?
Okay. Yes.
And then we can show you some images of what it looks like get a sneak peek today of what it looks like on the inside. We'll talk about pricing. We'll talk about what we're getting. And you need to know that, listen, let me say this. Let me just start saying this, okay? If you want to come in and have it all worked out and all the content's ready and you're just going to be like, give it to me, this is not for you.
Not it.
Okay. It's not for you. If you are sitting at home and you're thinking, okay, I've been watching you for years. I've learned so much from you and I want to learn more. Or if you maybe just met me, but you're like, I want more, like I want to learn. Or you're looking at Dawn, you're saying, my kid's about to start solids. Like I need this now. Okay. And you want to be part of something to help us get this off the ground, like we're creating all the content. We are going to have a private Facebook group. We are going to have the community and we're going to need your feedback. All right. Yes. We need you guys to help us and tell us what's working, what's not working. What else do we need? Go through the library. We have thousands of videos available for you. And Dawn knows that, right?
Yes.
Thousands of videos ready and waiting for you. Okay. And that's for the founding members. Like that's going to be soon. Then this is completely for you. And I'm encouraging you, jump in and do it with us. Okay.
And what's great about that too, is that these members are going to be able to get their specific questions answered.
Definitely.
Because you're going to be able to, give us that information and we're like, oh, you need something on that? We're going to do a video for you. Oh, are you curious about that? We'll do a video for you. So you're going to help grow with us and know exactly what you need right now. And we're going to be able to give that to you. And that's what's going to be so amazing is if you like these videos, we're just going to even make it more apparent that, these are the questions that you're going to be needing. These are the answers that you need to have. And then being able to not let anyone else get access to that right now. It's just, that you guys are the ones that are going to be able to be here for that limited availability and be able to help us grow this and develop this into something that every mom's going to want.
Absolutely. And we'll be filming a lot of the content. I already have a lot of the content done, and so does Dawn. We already have a lot to give you, but there's still so much more that we'll be filming, and you're going to have a behind the scenes access to be able to watch us film live. We're going to film so much of our lessons and so many of our webinars, and everything that will go into this membership site. We'll film it live so that you guys can sit in the audience and watch and give us feedback. So we need you to be there and help us do it. And so we're really, really excited about it. And I couldn't be more excited to be doing this together with Dawn. Okay, like I know that everything comes together just the way it's supposed to. And what you're seeing right here, I can never tell what you're seeing right here, the two of us together. This is the way it is meant to be, and I'm so clear about that. And why I mean that is, of course, because I love her like a sister. And I wouldn't want to work with anybody else doing this. So that's just me personally, my selfish reason to have you here. But more than that, nothing matters more to me. And you guys know this. Nothing matters more to me than all of you. And this is why I've dedicated my life to doing what I'm doing. You matter to me. And whether we've ever met personally one-on-one, whether I've just seen your name, or you've just been watching me on a live stream, or we've hugged at an event, it doesn't matter. You matter to me, and it's why I do this. And to bring Dawn in, I know will add to your experience and joy as a mom. And so that's why we're doing this together.
Yes. And from my end, the exact same way is I'm so honored to be doing this with Shari and to be able to educate moms, because you guys get so much misinformation all over the world, unfortunately. And this is going to be great to be able to do this, because feeding your baby through breastfeeding is the connection that you need to start solids. And once you're starting solids, and sometimes you're getting ready to be pregnant again. And so it's just this continuum of a journey that just kind of circles, and it's wonderful to be able to be with someone who is as knowledgeable and gifted in teaching, and being able to do that together to make this something exactly that you need.
Fantastic. All right, so let's get to the details. All right,
Okay.
You guys want details? I can't see hearts because I can't pull up my phone right now. So I'm going to just say, let's give you some of the details of what you're going to get and what this is going to cost. Okay. I would say that main thing first you need to know is that you're going to be paying less. And like I told you earlier, this will never change. So as a founding member, as long as you decide to stay with us, that price is always going to be the same. And what we're going to be charging is $14.99 a month. Okay. That means for $14.99 a month, you get access to every course I've ever done. Okay. You get access to all of my courses. You get access to all of Dawn's courses, anything now and in the future. Okay. You get access to a private Facebook group where you'll have closer connection with Dawn and I, so that we can do things that are not 125,000 people here on my Facebook page. Okay. Yes. That you'll get more of your questions answered. You're going to have a community of other moms that is a little bit smaller that we can connect with. All right. You're also going to get access to our entire video library, and Dawn has her own videos, just me alone. I have almost 1,000 videos in this library that you guys haven't been able to access. This is from years of doing Q&As. It's years of doing live streams and all different topics. You know, we've done things on tongue ties, and we've done things on solids. We've done things on skin to skin. We've done some amazing topics over the years. You'll have access to that, but more than just access. You'll have access to the search functionality that we have built into this site. And you're going to be so excited about this because you know, all these Q&As that I've done all these years where there's like all this great information for like years and years and years. We have gone through and we have time coded every single Q&A I have ever done on breastfeeding or any other topic. And with the search, you'll be able to pull up the spot right on that Q&A when you wanted to hear about something. And I have to tell you, like I showed Dawn the other day, and it's amazing. Right? So amazing. And it's going to just make it so much easier for all of you as new moms to say, like, I have a question. You don't necessarily need me to answer it now because I've answered it. I've answered just about every question there is. And but it's the way that you'll be able to find it easily. And I need you to tell me what's missing. So that'll be the challenge for all of you guys as founding members to go into that search and tell me what's missing in the search so we can go ahead and film it. And we will, and we'll fill it out. Okay. So it's going to go ahead.
And then private and exclusive giveaways, private Q&As, access to us filming live. Like there's going to be so much in store for you to be able to do that. It's going to be your own little Google search, because now you don't have to go to Google. You can just type it in on our site and get all the answers that you need. Multiple videos of us talking about those topics.
Yeah, I'm almost finished filming Simply Breastfeeding. That's what I've been doing. So the new version is coming out probably next week, which is crazy. It's coming out. That will be available to everybody for free. But I also have all my other courses: Simply Breast Pumps and Briefcases, Low Milk Supply, Plug Ducts and Mastitis. I'm filming multiples right now. There's all kinds, and Dawn's going to be filming all the starting solids and the baby-led weaning. Do you want to tell them a little bit about the different stuff you'll be doing?
Sure. So if you haven't been able to see me live at like any of the MommyCon events or Prego Expos, or I speak at 2 to 3 different mom shows every single month across the country. And moms are always like, I wasn't able to attend your whole entire session. Now, all of those videos are going to be on there. So things for like first foods, which foods to pick, how to be able to nourish your baby. What if you are starting solids and doing breast milk? What if you just want to do purees? What if you want to do a traditional method? What if you have a picky eater? What if your baby's starting to have food refusals? Which foods should you try first if your baby is having some sensory issues? All of those topics are going to be here.
That's right. And you'll get both of us. So
yes,
we will be doing things together in the private group. We'll also be doing things here on my page, and then also in our private group, the free group, the My Baby Experts community. So make sure you join that no matter what.
Yes.
But we'll call it the forum. Our private forum is for our founding members, and Dawn and I will both be there. We'll be alternating and doing things together. So you'll be able to ask all your questions. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm just really excited. I know it's limited. Yes, who was that just asked me, this starts Sunday? It starts Sunday. So we're going to be talking about it all week. This is your opportunity to learn more about it. Make sure that you comment here and that you get on the wait list. Okay. Get yourself on the wait list so that you're the first to know, so you don't forget. And then it closes and you've got to wait.
Can't do it.
Probably not going to be ready for I would say a good 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the opportunity to get in now. It'll only be open for 4 days starting on Sunday. It will close on Wednesday. Now, just so you know, when you do sign up for those 4 days, the site is not ready yet. It will be ready a week later, about a week later. But the private Facebook group will be available and we'll get started right away. Okay.
Yes.
So it will be. Yes. Okay. So Shannon, yay.
Thank you, Shannon. Yay.
Shannon saying, I need to be on the wait list. Yes, definitely get on the wait list. Whether you're not sure that you want to do it or not, just get on the wait list. That doesn't mean you have to. Okay. It just means that I'll be sending you information and I'll make sure that you get what you need to sign up if you want to do it. Okay. All right. Yay, Shannon. We're excited. I've been just waiting to see who's going to be part of these founding members.
Yes.
John.
I know. I'm thrilled because even when you said that, it might not be available for a couple months. So think about the transitionary stage.
And here's Robin. Robin saying, me.
Yay, great, Robin. Yay. Think about 3 months, where your baby's going to be at 3 months. If your baby's 3 months right now, and 3 months you're starting solid, you're going to need these videos. If your baby's 1 month old right now, 3 months later, your baby's going to need to start drinking from an open cup. Think about that as, what's your baby going to be like a quarter from now? So you want to jump in and join us and have fun with us, because this is fun. This is going to be so exciting to be able to do this.
And there's more coming. This is just the beginning. I can't share all the things. Yeah. Okay. But it's going to blow your mind. Let me just say that. Okay. You're going to be paying $14.99 a month. And it's going to blow your mind when I share the full extent of what it is that we're offering. I just can't share it today. This is going to be unveiled a little bit at a time, just because we have to. Promise. Yeah. I hate keeping secrets, so I would love to tell you everything right now, but I can't. All right. But I promise you, it will be. The best way I could describe it, it's no brainer.
Totally. Or if you like this for free, can you imagine what we're going to do for finances every month? So yes, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And we hope all of you join us. And
when we do launch, the price will be higher, of course. Okay. It's not going to be $14.99. It'll still be something affordable for a lot of moms to be able to join. And the membership site you'll be able to access it for free. How about we pull it up and show them a sneak peek?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Give her some.
Let me go ahead so these are just images of the site. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up really quick here for you. I don't know if I can get it to spin. I'm going to do it just as a solo. Let's see if I can get it.
Okay, yeah, do it.
Okay, there we go. All right, so these are some images of the site and the search functionality. So this gives you some idea of what the site looks like and what it will look like when you get on there. Okay. I'm trying to find, there's a whole section here of the stages of breastfeeding. And what this is I've been able to take everything that I put together for breastfeeding and create something called the stages of breastfeeding. So you can identify which stage you're in and then have the content completely available to you so that you can focus on where you're at. All right. And so this is all brand new. You guys have never heard this from me before. All brand new things for the site. Okay. And then of course, all of my courses, like I said, all the cloth diapering, the breast pumps and briefcases, the low milk supply, everything is included. Everything is included. So pretty exciting. And we'll have more for you as the week goes on here there we go. We'll have more for you as the week goes on to share more sneak previews for you of the site. But yeah, this is it. And I'm so excited. Oh, here, let's pull some other comments up. We've got
Elisa, Sophia, Amy.
My baby boy's about to start solids.
Yes.
Perfect. It's perfect. Fantastic. Yay. Okay.
And I love that some of these comments too, the moms are saying, yep, I'm starting over. I have a 5-year-old and then now I have a 3-month-old and then you're starting over. And and guess what? Mm-hmm. Since you've had your 5-year-old, a lot has changed in the baby space. And a lot has changed in the medical space too. And that's what I love about working with Shari is we are up on that. We know what's going on, and not only from the brand so that we can give you the right products, but also from the medical advice and things that are changing. Just think about allergies just in the last couple of years have changed with starting solids. So much changes so quickly. So yeah, mom, if you're starting over, you know what, things have changed in 5 years in the world of feeding, right? Yeah. So it's really important to be able to get that information and have access to that. So we're thrilled.
I'm so excited to see all you guys jumping in here with us.
Yay.
Yeah. What we'll be doing is we'll be talking about it a lot over the next week. Okay. Just giving you information. And then starting on Sunday, you'll be able to go over to the page and sign up. You will sign up for 3 months. Okay. Normally, once we launch in October, November, it'll be a month-to-month thing. But these founding members, we need you to come in and spend 3 months with us so we can build this out. So it is a 3-month commitment up front. Okay. And you will be coming in for 3 months, but nobody else will. All right. So this is the opportunity to do it. All right.
Yeah. And we're going to build it together. That's why we want these 3 months with you. We want to get to know you. We want to get to know your baby. We want to know your challenges. We want to be the answers to those challenges. And we want that commitment between us and you to be able to say, hey, this is what you need. We're going to get that to you.
Totally.
So we're really excited to be able to do that.
We've had a ton of like amazing brands jump into this too, because I said, I can't share all of it with you, but they're a big part of what it is that we're doing. Okay. All our brand partners and the products that Dawn and I talk about, and she's been doing this for a long time too. They're products that we consider tools to the content and education that we're doing with you. And if you guys think about all the products that I talk to you about and the giveaways that we do, if you think about them, they're all something that helps you to either breastfeed better, help your baby sleep better, be more healthy in some way. It always goes with something that we're educating and talking about, okay? And there's a reason for that. And when we look at the new site, all of the products and tools will be recommended as you're watching the videos, but there's also going to be some surprises in store for that as well, okay? And like Dawn mentioned before, we're going to have exclusive giveaways just for our founding members. So I'd say better odds too.
Yeah, much better odds.
Right? So Robin, you're asking me, can you tell all my grouped to all my mommy friends? Definitely share this in your groups. Okay. I would love for you guys to bring in anybody that you think really could use this and need this and will enjoy and benefit from the content and all the information that we want to provide for you. So I'm asking, starting now, like just be a founding member today. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Like we don't have to have it ready for you to purchase today, but you can be a founding member today. And what that would mean is sharing it with people who need it.
Right.
Okay. And it's nothing else than when I launch the Simply Breastfeeding class next week, where that's completely free. And that's a 12-chapter, 2-hour full course on breastfeeding, completely free. Probably the best work I've ever done. And I'll be giving it all to you at no cost. All right. Then I'm really going to ask you, please go share this. Okay. That's a labor of love from me. All right. That is me fulfilling a mission that I need your support with, which is to help and support breastfeeding moms all over the world, regardless of their ability to pay for anything. I don't want any barriers for them. Okay. Great. So I'm going to ask you for all of that. Oh, yay. I was excited. I can't see hearts, but I'm going to assume that there's hearts going up. You can still give the hearts. I can see them after. So please give us hearts, and please let us know if you want to be a part of this. All you have to do right now is just type #mybabyexperts here in the comments. Okay. And I'll put that up on the screen for a moment so that you guys can all see that and put the right one up. Okay. So just type this in the comments right now, and then you'll get a message from me. That'll give you links. It'll also get you an entry in today's giveaway. Okay, today's day 5 of our 12 days of breastfeeding. You'll get an entry into that, and you'll be able to see all the information about the Milky's Milk Saver. Unfortunately, Helen couldn't make it on with us again, but there's a reason for everything, right? So we're gonna have to invite her back. But you'll get your entry into the giveaway for today, and you'll also get the link for the wait list so that you get on that. Okay, that's how you get your link for the wait list, is type #mybabyexperts. You'll see it there at the bottom of the message that I send you. Okay.
Thank you, Sophia. I see it. Tiffany, I see it. Amy, great. We're all going to get that.
Just remember, guys, it is a limited availability. I know there are going to be, Dawn, there's going to be so many people who come on Friday and they're like, I need to get in. I missed it. And I'm telling you right now, we can't do it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to only be those 4 days. So,
Yeah.
you know, get on the wait list. Don't take a nap and miss the whole thing. You can blink and miss this one, right?
Totally.
But actually, if you could take a nap, take a nap.
Oh,
I want you to.
great.
All right. So hashtag my baby experts. And then you'll get your link, get on the wait list. And we're like really excited to have you with us.
Yes, I can't wait. And you know what, to be able to be a part of even a smaller community and being able to, you know, bounce ideas off of each other and really see where everyone is at. And yeah, just to be able to get your feedback. This is going to be so exciting for all of us. And it's going to be a new journey. That's going to be something that you can feel like you were really a part of.
Yeah.
And then, you know, 2 years down the line, when there's thousands of people in here, you could be like, I was a founding member and now I'm having my 3rd baby. And, you know, and you're still getting, you know, this very low price for this.
It's a really good point. Let me just say this, you know, before I was showing you guys the stages of breastfeeding, right? And Dawn is doing the stages of feeding right now too. And really we intend for this to be like a pretty much a 2-year journey, but longer, because you could breastfeed way longer than that, right? Absolutely. And of course you're feeding your child way longer than that. But if say you're home and you're like, okay, look, I'm a doula, or I am an SLP, or I am a nurse, or I'm done breastfeeding my kids and my children are in school, but I love you guys and I want to be a part of this and I have a lot to offer as far as my feedback. And I feel like, you know, ever since I breastfed my children, and I'm speaking to you because I know there's so many of you like this that want to just give back and like support and love supporting other moms to breastfeed. The last stage of my breastfeeding stages is support. And the reason I did that is because you never really leave the whole continuum, you know, and I say that because I've never left. Okay. The last time I haven't breastfed for years and years and years. My youngest is 15 right now, but I'm still in this circle and I'm still in this continuum. And even though I'm not the one lactating and I'm not the one that is actually breastfeeding, there's so much that I do to support other babies. Okay. It doesn't have to be our own babies. It's just a love of humanity. It's a love of children. It's a love of women to be able to want to help and give back. And so you can join anyway. And there's a whole support stage for you. And I've given it a lot of thought of, but how can I help you to learn more, to be in that support role? Whether you want to be a WIC counselor, whether you want to be a peer support leader, whether you want to, you know, become a lactation consultant, or you're a nurse in the hospital and you just want to do better at supporting your mamas on the floor there. Okay. That will all be a part of it at some point as well. So yeah, it's all of it together.
And if you're a mom that's saying, gosh, I wish that I could save another mom from going through what I'm going through right now, whatever that is, whatever that problem is that we have provided solutions for, then this is your opportunity to be able to say, you know what, other moms need to know this. And that's actually why this is happening, because we get so much misinformation that moms are getting from their pediatricians or one of their therapists or for a neighbor or a well-meaning mother-in-law, you know, that are giving them inaccurate information. And the love here for me is to be able to have accuracy and to be able to, from my standpoint, put safety and developmental norms right at the forefront and be able to let parents know exactly what they need to do and what the next step is, and to actually prepare you for that journey beforehand. Because if families knew sometimes that in 2 months, this thing is going to happen, they could start mentally preparing and knowing. So when that day does happen, you know, when your baby refuses solids for the very first time, you're like, wait, what's happening? You're not going to do all these wrong things. You're going to know exactly what to do and be able to go through that stage very effortlessly and be able to feel very confident as a feeder.
Well, I think that everybody needs advice and guidance, right? And so we turn to each other, which is amazing, you know, but sometimes we can't turn to the practitioners that we are supposed to be turning to. And we've had this discussion. I talked about it a lot last night on the Q&A with Jamie, but you know, sometimes we can't turn to them. They may not be the expert at exactly what we need. And when it comes to breastfeeding or feeding solids to your child, you know, being the feeder. Okay, either way, you're the feeder. And that's what we're addressing here, is that regardless of what you're feeding, you're the feeder. And getting support and guidance from an expert on how to be a feeder, something you'll be doing every single day with your child multiple times a day, can really build your confidence and make you feel, create more joy, so that there's less confusion and less chaos going on. And anticipating where things can really go off course and create challenges later, whether that's during your pregnancy and getting knowledgeable in breastfeeding, or you'll come to find that there's so much that Dawn's going to be able to offer you to help you prepare even before your baby is ready for solids, so that once they are, it's a much smoother transition. And not only their eating, but their speech and so many other things, right?
Yes. Yes. And also, we haven't even touched base on anything else on the journey. Like, I just worked with a mom yesterday that, knows that she's pregnant, and she knows that her baby's going to have a cleft lip and palate. Well, guess what? We're going to have information there for you. Exactly. If your baby has any kind of medical issues, we're going to be there for you too, because we still need to feed them. There's going to be so much more information and different avenues of education with videos and these Q&As that are just going to be so specific to you. So, just join us on the journey.
I want to pop up some more comments here. Yeah. Shannon posted this. He said, former RN and hoping to get her IBCLC to keep supporting too. I love it. And we are here to support you, Shannon, because, this is how we can multiply ourselves, right? If we all learn how to support others, then we can just support way more people. And then Carrie just posted too. I love you, Shari, because of you and in my own breastfeeding journey. I want to become an IBCLC. I've been looking into it. I can't wait to get started. I also have an RN background, but not an LD. Awesome. I mean,
so great. So great. Right. We're going to inspire each other. All
right. Fantastic. So you guys, do you have any questions for us? You can ask us questions about the new membership, about any of the content we're going to do, about anything there, or you can also ask us any breastfeeding or feeding questions. We have a few more minutes if anybody wants to post anything, or if you want to jump in live and it's working, we'll see. You still have an opportunity to do that. Otherwise, we will be back. I'm going to be back maybe tomorrow, possibly tomorrow, but definitely on Wednesday. Okay, so
multiple times in the next week.
Yeah, multiple times this week. I actually have Lisa coming on Wednesday, Lisa Palladino, who's also a midwife and lactation consultant. We're going to be doing a live stream on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. We're going to be talking all about latching difficulties. And Lisa is the lactation consultant that you guys know. You've seen her before with me. She is a specialist in tongue and lip ties. And so I'm going to have Lisa come on. And I'd also like, if Dawn's available, for her to be able to jump in and we can talk all about it. We can do a lot more about tongue and lip ties on Wednesday and talk. And Lisa's going to be part of coming in to do a lot of information with us, because I know you guys have a lot of questions about that. So,
awesome.
Woohoo! All right, no more questions? Okay, fantastic. Well, you guys, it has felt really good to be able to share this with all of you. Oh, somebody's posting questions now. Okay, they took them a minute to hear. It's a delay. Type it. So I was jumping the gun here. Okay. Let's see. How much milk should be collected in a pumping session? Okay, so this is Tamika. Let's pull hers up. Okay, how much milk should be collected in a pump? Tamika, it all depends on how long you're going between your sessions. Okay, so the amount of milk that you would want to pump is really, you're going to kind of estimate how many hours you've gone between feedings, and estimate somewhere around 1 to 1.5 or 1.25 ounces per hour. Okay, so just calculate that in your head. If, for example, you're going 2 hours between pumping sessions, it's somewhere between 2 to 2.5 ounces. And that doesn't change that much throughout the year. Okay, it's more about how long between. If you're going longer, then you want to pump more. And I wouldn't go longer than 4 hours between your pumping sessions. Okay, but that's really how you're going to calculate it. That's how, and this is different if you're not breastfeeding and you're exclusively pumping, or if you're at work and you're not breastfeeding at the moment, and this is what you're doing instead is pumping, then it's 1 to 1.25 ounces per hour. If you are pumping and breastfeeding to try to store up a little milk, that would be a lot less. Okay, so like, 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce after feeding I would consider that good. All right. Some people can't get anything out after feeding, but that would be my answer to you. Hopefully that is good for you. Let's pull up another one. I've got one here for Dawn. Okay, here we go. What are some ways to get my 7-month-old to sleep through the night? She wakes up 1 to 2 hours. Oh, no, this is a sleeping question, Brandy.
But the follow-up, which is great because we could both add to this, and her follow-up is she eats baby foods 3 times a day plus her normal breastfeeding. So you can start a little bit about sleep, and I can talk a little bit more about the solid with that too.
And she's got a 7-month-old. Okay. Yeah. What we talked about this recently on with Rebecca. And we were talking about like babies waking up during the night. It all depends on whether she's not getting enough during the day. Sometimes they'll wake a lot at night if you're back at work and they need that touch time. So I'm just wondering if there's other things going on around it. Typically by 7 months, they should be sleeping longer than 1 to 2 hours. But sometimes if you're bed sharing with the baby and the breast is readily available, it's not really waking up. They're just kind of rolling over to dream feed and to nurse. So a lot of this is about comfort as well. Can you start to do less than that? I would say yes. At 7 months, the baby could do less, but they may be going through a growth spurt. And so I don't want to tell you that this is not what's happening. And if the baby's telling you need to eat, it all kind of depends on where you're at. So.
And then to add to that too, Brandy, is I see a great transition with sleep when we go from purees to solid foods. Mm-hmm. So at 7 months, your baby should be perfectly okay to be able to start introducing larger pieces of food, as long as baby is sitting up in the high chair without slumping over and being able to reach and cross midline to be able to grab those foods. That's a great way to be able to transition. A lot of the babies that I work with that go from purees to actually solids, which takes a little bit more work to be able to digest and to masticate and to be able to hold their bodies up in space. It's going to take a lot of energy to be able to do that. In fact, it's 27 muscles and over 6 cranial nerves to be able to do that. So we're really challenging baby in so many different sensory ways to be able to do that they're just a little bit more exhausted. So this is a perfect opportunity to be able to start offering those larger pieces of food and being able to have baby do some chewing, munching, a munch chew, because you probably don't have a lot of teeth going on.
Awesome. Sophia has a question, and I think we're going to call it after that. Okay. So she says, I'm a working mom right now in my pumping session following Shari's 3 steps. Yay. Can I mix milk from different sessions in the same cup? Okay. Yeah, you can. And you can mix the milk. What I would say to you though, is it always becomes the age of the oldest pumping. So if you're pumping milk, say, that day, and then later on in the day, you want to pump and add to it, not a big deal, right? As long as you're not leaving it out, but you're refrigerating it. But say you pump milk 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and you want to add to it, I probably wouldn't do that, because now all the milk becomes 3 days old and you're starting to go onto this clock, okay, where you'd have to freeze it. And the fresher the milk, the better. So I would say that it depends on when you're talking about. If it's all in the same if you're at work and if you're trying to just pump it all in the same day, you can mix it completely. It's fine.
And can I just do one question, just because I want to be able to support this mom really quick? Ruby is saying, can I start baby-led weaning when baby is ready for solids instead of puree food? And let me just answer that really quickly. Yes. What I like to do and what I like to teach is I do purees for 7 days. And the reason why I do that is because usually when we're starting solids, we're only doing it one time when baby's 6 months of age. And what I'm looking for is a good, strong swallow. You know everything that you're looking for through Shari's teaching about what to look for a good latch and a good swallow while breastfeeding. I'm looking for the same things when we're starting solids. So I do purees for 7 days just to give parents an opportunity to make sure that baby's able to swallow safely with those purees, because it's a thicker and different texture. And then we're moving right into baby-led weaning. So in my baby-led weaning courses and starting solid courses that are going to be up on our new membership site, I'm going into more details with that, but absolutely you can start with baby-led weaning. Mm-hmm. As long as your baby is at least 6 months of age. Let me just preface that because of safety.
I actually want to pull up one more.
Okay, yeah. And this is us. And just one more, and then one more, and then one more.
Now you can see what this is going to be like.
Exactly.
I can just feel it. Okay, this is Jade. And I had to pull it up because Jade's my daughter's name too. So it is normal. Is it normal for my baby to still be hungry after feeding? She's only 5 months. I need help. The only way to get her to sleep is if I feed her baby food in her bottle. If I don't do that, she won't sleep. I need help. Okay. So first of all, I want to say that it's very normal for your baby to still be hungry. Breast milk is digested quickly. It moves through your baby quickly. If you're comparing your breastfed baby to formula-fed babies, you're going to be feeding more frequently, and that's normal. It's what we want them to do. If they're not going to sleep through the night, okay, we want them to wake during the night. They have small tummies, and they're supposed to eat a lot. So I'm going to pass that over now to baby food in the bottle, because that's the part that got my eye and attention here in your question, is that I want to address the idea of feeding baby food in a bottle, because it is something that is recommended at times.
Yes. And I actually would encourage you, Jade, to be able to try to transition that. So we don't start baby-led weaning until 6 months of age, but we can start purees like you're doing at 5 months of age. The way that I would like to introduce that to baby is being able to have baby using a baby-led spoon. And so baby starting to be able to transition that, so you can preload the spoon so that there's some food on the spoon already, and be able to hand that over to baby. So baby's starting to work on their hand to mouth coordination, their eye and vision coordination, the sensory aspect of starting to feed themselves those purees. And again, we're going to have baby being able to be a little bit more full with these solids, especially if they're having to dispel that energy to be able to try to eat that. And if baby is wanting a little bit more solids, and maybe they're showing all the signs of readiness at 5 months of age, which happens with some babies, then this is a perfect example of you really looking at baby's cues and knowing that she needs more, and being able to do that. I just would rather do that through the use of a spoon and being able to introduce that utensil that is so important, because at 6 months of age, we want baby to be actually starting to dip that spoon themselves and be able to start to eat that. So it's a great transition, again, to be able to do both.
Yeah, I really don't recommend feeding any kind of solid foods, whether that's rice cereal, which I don't recommend at all. But any kind of food in a bottle, okay, it's really not recommended. There's also a choking hazard involved with feeding babies food in a bottle. Jade, it's really not something that I would do. And even what Dawn's referring to as far as baby-led spoons and feeding, we're not even talking a lot of volume of food. Right. I'm not really sure that it's going to accomplish the same thing you're trying to do. This is more of like, being able to get some starting, if you're starting a little sooner. Some people do start a little sooner. We usually like to recommend 6 months, but if your baby's showing signs of readiness and you want to do that, we're not going to tell you what to do with your child, but I am going to tell you when I think there's a safety issue here, and food in a bottle can be definitely a choking hazard.
Absolutely. And the big thing with that too is when we're sucking from a bottle, if you can use my hand as an illustration for the tongue, we're doing that anterior posterior motion. And when you're doing purees from a spoon, that tongue is actually going up to the roof of their mouth. So we're moving the tongue and we're changing all those oral patterns that need to happen in order for safety issues for choking when you start giving baby big pieces of food. So it's really important to be able to put that food onto a spoon versus into a bottle in order to actually, have that tongue reflex that we really need to get strong. So when you start giving bigger pieces of food, baby's ready.
Totally.
So is this the end?
So exciting to be with you guys. Okay, so once again, #mybabyexperts. Okay, you'll get all the links for today. You'll get entry into our giveaway for today. And we still have how many more days? I mean, it's only day 5 of our 12-day giveaway. So we've got lots and lots of prizes to go. Okay, we've got 12 days of this and some really great stuff coming up. But more than anything, we've got the membership site. We've got the founding member joining, ability to join starting this Sunday. And we really hope that you're going to join with us. Okay. So, Dawn, love you.
Get you.
Love you. And we will see you again real soon. Okay. We'll be back this week for sure. All right.
Great.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
See you later.